Welcome to Cherry Blossom Yoga. I'm Robin Dinerman. This is a half-hour Hatha Yoga class for beginning and continuing students. You don't need any previous background, you just need to be able to breathe. And if you don't want to join in right now, you can always watch the program again on your computer at www.mmctv.org, and the name of the program is Cherry Blossom Yoga. In yoga, the basic standing position is Tadasana. Asana in Sanskrit means posture, and Tadasana is the posture of a mountain. It's the basic standing position, and I like to call it the superhero pose of yoga. So in class the other day, I asked my students, I'm going to invite you now to do this, to imagine your superhero. I mean, mine was Superman and Supergirl. And I wish I had a big S for my chest today, because I'd like you to get the image in your mind of yourself as a superhero. And there were some articles a few years back about this, the results of standing like a superhero. So they usually have their feet a little bit wider apart, and usually with the hands in fists at the hips. And think about how strong you are and all your superpowers, flying, strength, x-ray vision. And of course, you use all your your superpowers to fight crime. So take a moment. You can close your eyes. Even if you're seated, give it a try. Stand like your superhero does. And maybe you've got on the top and the tights and there's a cape flowing, and you're on a mountaintop, or you are on top of a tall building ready to leap in a single bound. But feel that strength. Feel yourself becoming that superhero. And then transition into Tadasana, the mountain pose. Bringing your feet about hip distance apart. Standing tall, imagining you have roots growing out from the soles of your feet, reaching down through the earth's layers, reconnecting you with Mother Earth, drawing the earth's energy up through the roots into your legs, into your skeleton, into your muscles, into your brain, and it goes up through the crown of your head where you reach up into the sky. You are solid, you are strong, you are stable, you are a mountain. Same idea, I think. This image of the superhero and the mountain can't be blown over by troubles, emotions, things that, when bad things happen, feel that strength within you and know you have the power. So now we're going to move into some yoga positions and stretches and movements to help open up all the joints. And let's once again separate the feet and place your hands on your hips. Not exactly superhero now, but we're going to draw a circle in the air with the tailbone, or at least bring your hips around so you're going in a 360-degree movement. So keep the knees loose. And if you haven't done any movement today, if you're just getting up out of bed, or if you've been sitting for a long time, this is a good way to warm up your joints and see what areas are a bit tender, from the waist down into the hips, the knees, the ankles, sometimes the toes, and go in the other direction now. Notice if one side is a little bit awkward. Might be. Just make a note. Don't criticize yourself. Remember, you're warming up, and then come back to center and place your feet again so they're underneath the hips. You're standing tall with the shoulders above the hips, hips above ankles. Gravity pulls down directly through the joints, and that's the best position for your joints. Arms alongside your body, palms turned inward to begin with. And then take a deep breath, lifting the collarbone and the breastbone. And let's rotate the arms backwards, pointing back with the thumbs. Try to bring the elbows toward each other, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and take a deep breath. And feel the lift and expansion of the rib cage. And then exhaling, rotate the arms back until you can press the backs of the hands against each other. And really push. You'll see the muscles form through here. Exhaling and inhaling, rotating, pointing back, squeezing the blades together, exhaling and pressing. Good for the neck, shoulders, the muscles between the shoulder blades. Helps tone up the biceps. Little movements like this are really great. And then bring your fingertips to your shoulders. Lift the elbows up to shoulder height and try to bring them together. Some people can't do this to begin with. That's not a problem. Exhale and inhale. Don't let the elbows drop. Keep them up high and exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale either through the nose or through the mouth. And exhale and release the arms. And bring the elbows in towards your hips. Hands are flat and forward. Separate the feet wider than hip distance apart. And when I do that, I like to turn my toes outward some and lower the seat with the knees bent. This is a goddess pose. So you can feel the thighs are working here. You feel the calf muscles engaged. Try to keep the thumbs back. The jaw retracted, the neck long, shoulders are being pulled down by gravity. And yet, as the feet are pressing down, it's almost a rebound effect, almost as if you could bounce off and reach up through your head, the crown of your head, and breathe. And inhale, straightening the legs, arms out at an angle about 45 degrees. Then we're going to swing one arm back 4 to 6 times. Do it easy. Do it with awareness. And then the other arm. And then both. And then let the hands sink down. Let gravity pull your arms down to your sides. Now you can turn the toes forward if you like. And we'll do some side stretches. So arms out in T position, which is approximately shoulder height. And we're going to turn one palm up. Breathe in. And exhale and lean to the side. Don't drop your head. The arm goes over the cheek or the ear, and when you come up, you're moving from the muscles on your side that are looking up to the ceiling. You're lifting from the shoulder that's on top, so inhale back to center, the palms reverse, and exhale, side angle pose. Keep your gaze forward, press down evenly through both feet. And we're just taking our time. You can follow along with me. You can go more slowly. You can set your own rhythm. and then back to center. Relax the shoulders, palms down. I'm going to turn. I'm turning to the right either way. So I'm turning to the right end of my mat, looking straight ahead, left knee bent, back to center, and turning to look in the direction of the other end. I'm not twisting any more than this, because remember, we're still warming up. So this gives a deeper bend into the knee and the ankle. And come back to center. And then I'm taking my left hand to my right knee and I'm hinging forward, lifting the sit bones up. And then I'm lifting back up into star and exhaling the other hand to the other knee. Now eventually, as the lower back muscles get warmed and they become more elastic, I'm going to work my way down. Exhaling as you fold. So at this point, I'm pretty close to the foot. And back to center. Drop the hands, float down, and release. Now let's heel toe the feet closer together. Shake the feet out a bit. And then with the feet slightly farther apart than hip distance, hands at the hips for the windmill, which is very good for the hips and the knees. So we're going to start looking to this is my right. And I'm going to inhale, turning 180 degrees to the left. Exhale down. Exhale across, looking at the outside of the right leg, inhaling up. So here I hold the breath and turn. Exhale down the outside of the left leg. Exhale across to the right leg. Inhale up. Hold the breath. And back to center. So you'll feel that now, the lower back area feeling warmer. I like to do it with my feet a little bit farther apart. And whenever I separate my feet more, I tend to turn the toes out because it's more comfortable for my knees and ankles. So you need to figure out what works best for your joints. So we're going to start looking at the far left side. Breathe in, hold the breath and turn. Exhale down the outside of the right leg. Exhale across to the left leg and inhale up. Hold the breath and exhale. Exhale and inhale. This is actually called the windmill, although there are other movements called the windmill. And one more time around. And come back to center and either heel toe your feet back together or step them back together. Bring your hands together at your heart. Close your eyes. Now scan your body, starting with your neck and shoulders. Visualize the line of the shoulders directly above the line of the hips. Your spine long, shoulders relaxed. Moving into the pelvis, the buttocks are relaxed. Knees slightly soft. Your weight evenly distributed over the soles of your feet. Once again, feel yourself grounded, connected to the earth. Take a moment to breathe. Receive the benefits of the stretches and deep breathing and postures we've been doing. We're going to pause for just a moment, and then we'll return to Cherry Blossom Yoga, and we'll be on the floor. Welcome back to Cherry Blossom Yoga with Robin Dinerman. We're on the floor now. If you want to remain seated on a couch, I know some people like to remain seated, that's fine. And follow along and imagine yourself doing the postures. Just recreate the postures in your mind. There's still some benefit from that. I truly believe it. So, I'd like to come down onto the floor on my back and walk the heels in fairly close. Try to line up the heels with the sit bones. And then bring the right knee in, both hands on the outside of the shin, keeping the elbows down. Squeeze and release. So you're getting a massage of the abdomen on the right side. A little bit of pressure that should feel good under the lower back. And then swap legs. Some people will put their hands under the knee. If you're able, I prefer to have both hands on top of the shin. So squeeze and releasing, aiming the knee for the shoulder. So you're massaging the left side of your abdomen now. And then bring the foot down. Adding a little stretch to the back of the legs, squeezing in, opening and stretch, closing and squeeze. Exhale and inhale. And also try to keep the elbows down. Now if you pull really hard, your lower back's going to lift off the floor, so you can try to keep the lower back pressed down, which will intensify the stretching through the back of the leg. And one more time. And bring the foot down. Now to the other leg. Squeeze, open, and pull. Squeeze and exhale. Open and inhale. Hold the breath as you pull. If you like, bring both legs together and squeeze and release. Now you're massaging all the abdominal organs. Very good for lower back pain issues. It's such a gentle massage. And then bring your feet down again, arms alongside of your body. And with the heels in fairly close to the sit bones, you're going to push the feet into the mat. Because you're on a yoga mat, there's some traction, and you'll feel your lower back press flat to the floor. Here you can pull the belly down so you really exhale a lot of old stale air. And then inhale, the natural curve returns. Exhale and squeeze. Inhale and let the belly rise. And rest for a moment. So from here I'd like to move into easy bridge, also known as two-legged platform. So you bring the arms in just a little closer. I like to tuck the blades in towards center, which helps open up the chest. And now the idea is that I'm pressing down through the feet, pushing up through the hips. I want to form a straight line from the knees down to the shoulders. So you can imagine this helps tone the thighs and the buttocks. And then because you're going up slowly, you're manipulating the spine. Breathe in. And then start pulling the belly down, firming the buttocks, pointing the tailbone up, and lifting the hips up as straight a line as possible. If you have your shoulder blades tucked in, you'll be resting on the flat shoulder blades, not the rims. So this takes some work because once you're up, you have to keep pushing the hips up, pressing the feet down, and come down one vertebra at a time, keeping the tailbone up as long as possible. You'll feel your belly sinks right down into the pelvis, and release. And take a breath. And let's try that again. So we begin with an in-breath. Begin pointing the tailbone up, so you have to squeeze the buttocks tight, push down through the feet, push up through the hips, and into easy bridge. And if you like, you can bring the arms over the head and hold the posture as you breathe. Now your arms may not come all the way over the shoulders. Don't worry if they don't touch the floor. Now coming back down, we're going to bring the arms first. So take your breath in and start letting the air out very slowly. And when the arms line up with the body, begin lowering one vertebra at a time, letting the waist lower back, and finally the tailbone come down and rest. So you can repeat either of those two movements. There's a third one I like to do. My students are just starting to work on this now. So take the breath in, point the tailbone up, press hips up. Now bring the knee in toward the shoulder and then open the leg. And I'm barely pressing the arms down at all. And then coming out of it, bend the knee, place the foot down, get equal pressure. So you're back up into bridge, and then slowly release downward. And release all the tension. And then if you want, you can squeeze the legs in, place the feet down, and rest. And then we'll repeat on the other side. Your in-breath. And begin pointing the tailbone up, pressing hips downward. Feet downward, hips up. And then bring the left knee in, open the leg. And bend the knee, bring the foot down, get yourself back into the easy bridge, and then slowly, slowly lower downward. And pause, and breathe. Now, if you wish, straighten your legs, Bring your arms over your head. Take a deep breath. Give yourself a really good stretch. Oh, sometimes that makes me yawn. So bring your feet in slightly to the side. Push off. Roll onto your side. And rest. Now using your top hand, let your head hang down. Walk your hands back to your body. Come into a seated position, whatever's comfortable for you. I like Sukhasana, the easy cross-leg posture. They're not really crossed. I have one leg in front of the other. I'm going to bring my elbows back in towards the hips and sit tall. So I want to show you a breathing exercise, which is good for calming the mind, calming the body, and I think it's based on a yoga mudra, which is an energy seal. So in this case, this is my right thumb. I'm placing the thumb on the nail of the fourth finger. So now I have two fingers up. My left arm, I'm going to put the two fingers inside of the left arm, cross the arm over. So my right hand is now, my left hand is now on my right shoulder. And then I'm going to relax the left arm, and I can feel my hand pressing slightly into the area where the sternum is, where the stomach is. And it's going to be different for everybody because proportionately everybody's different. So then close your eyes. And slowly release. And then you reverse hands. So it's my left thumb to the nail of the fourth finger. I have two fingers up. Place them inside, left hand inside of right elbow. And then I cross right hand over to the left shoulder, and I let the arm sink down. And release. And breathe normally. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're feeling wonderful, and I hope you can carry that feeling with you into your day, into your week, into your life. Namaste.